scene. They like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Houston Texans. With that, let's head over to the Space City of Houston. Standing by at NRG Stadium, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And now the offensive starters for the Packers.
It's tough to be an offensive lineman in Green Bay because their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, knows how to keep plays alive and often extends them for 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long, an early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So they get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Just like that.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They tried to get the edge there, no edge to be found.
Yeah, and when you're trying to set the edge, trying to control either the defensive end or the outside linebacker, if you don't, that allows the defense to string a play out all the way to the sideline. And know what the sideline gives you as a defender? An extra guy. You go from playing with 11 to playing with 12, and it worked out well for the defense there.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Defensively, here are the starters for Houston. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
I remember years ago spending time with a top defensive coordinator, and he said the number one thing you have to do is hang your hat on something. Create your identity. This unit, they hang their hat on being stingy against the run.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Benardrick McKinney, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He finds Hopkins complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close. And it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning, they've got to just be puzzled right now.
That's up. All right, baby, yeah.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
Check 31, check 31.
Here we go with Kamara. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Check hot route. Hot. Shift. Check.
On the ground, this is Kamara. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, check Mike 21, check Mike 21.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson going deep for Hopkins. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. On play action, it's Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Packers have taken the lead. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Watson, and he finds Stills, complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Kamara. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one a first down pickup of 8. Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Here we go. Check out. Check. Crunch. Check, lefty.
Kamara trying the right side. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dean Lowry. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw, Watson. Flushed out right. Going deep for Hop. And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Got a man. It's Tanyan complete. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Come on, let's go. Watch the eye.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Deshaun Watson and the Texans offense trot back out there. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little, kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the 3rd quarter. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And Stills bringing it in. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Bryant has it. 12 yards there and a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that's complete to Adams. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
They'll run on first down. Williams calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Whitney merciless. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Set to take over again, Deshaun Watson and this Texans offense. He is looking to help his team build their lead after trailing at halftime. They've got to like the spot they're in right now.
They have to love it, but as you and I both know, cliche alert coming here. You're only as good as your last possession. But I think that they like, as you said, the spot they're in and how confidently they're playing at this point.
But again, just a one-possession lead, looking to expand that now.
Hey, turn it up. Turn it up. Watch quick.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
42's the mic, boys. 42's the mic.
From the 31, Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Whitney merciless in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Rodgers. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 2nd and 1, Watson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, 31! Check 24, check 24. Switch it. Hey, 31! Kill. Turn it up. Kill, turn it up.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. It's complete. Stills. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
The 26-yard line.
This is it. 19. Check back 21. 24. Stick that ball right here. No. Let's go.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Preston Smith there on the stop. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now it's Hines. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Texans push further out in front.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down by 10. A minute 46 to go. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here. Starting with 1st and 10. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, and Graham's got it. Complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now Rodgers. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Now Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's getting back-to-back sacks. I think
under pressure again, and down he goes again. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7 games, and now they've accomplished that mission.
And congratulations to them for achieving their goal. They have to finish the season strong, but you've got to think that going forward for next year, they're going to jump that number up a little bit higher.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.